lately. Another stream, and so started this months ago, I think, on a stream, and this is don't have the box near me anymore. The Temple of the Dragon Energy Cores, I believe, is the full name of the set. From of course Lego Ninjago, and I've got 5 bags, I think, left. I have no clue where I put the instruction manual, so I have the instructions pulled up on my computer to go through those there. And so, of course, I won't be checking the chat as much. Most creative name I've ever had for a stream. Lego Build Stream. Great one there. Alright. Okay, bag 5. This is probably the most exciting figure of the set. Maybe Cole as well. I think I'm not entirely sure. I think Cole comes in the Zane set from the Wave. I think if I remember correctly. This is of course like from the first season of the show, but I believe has shown up once again in the newest season, which I'm finished now, which is sort of why I put this one off. I kind of wanted to wait a little bit until I'd seen that. It was a fun time. I enjoyed it. It was probably out of 3 seasons so far. It's probably the one I've enjoyed the least. But I've still had a good time with Dragons Rising. I haven't checked out that new one, that new short series or whatever it is with the two sets that seem really cool. So definitely want to pick those up at some point. Let me see. Oh, I realized I clicked out of. I pulled it up and then I think I just clicked right out of it. See if it's actually running and looking all right. I'm assuming this having the instruction manual shouldn't affect it too much, considering that actually it might. It's taking up certainly a lot of the power, but it's a big file, the instruction manual. Not the biggest one though. I was wanted to build, what was it? I was working on my French Dispatch mock that I'm working on, which I should have a new stream somewhat relatively soon for, because ordered some parts. So, hello, how's it going? Ordered some parts for that, and there was a specific part of the modular police station that I was quite interested in just seeing how it was built. And I needed to download the instruction manuals for that set because I had no clue where mine went. So it's just a lot easier. I was shocked to find out how big that file was. This one, pulling up these instructions, wasn't as bad. It would certainly be a lot easier though if I actually knew where I put these instructions, but don't. Let me check the chat. But hello, how's it going? Yeah. All right. So this is bag 5 of this set. It's been a long time since I built this one. I've had it had a decent amount of dust on it too, so I had to dust that off a little bit. Yeah, excited to get into it, build it, finish it off, and I enjoyed it so far. It's a fun one to put together, and it's been a while since I pulled up a digital instruction manual to build a set, but here we are today, and it's a good one. I like the colors of these. I always love the Ninjago playset temple sets. They're always some of my favorites to put together from the theme. But I like the look of the summer sets from this year. They seem to be a nice wave of sets, and I really like that Temple Bounty, I believe is the full title of the set, and that looks really nice. But of all ships coming out this year, the Black Pearl is definitely the one I'm most excited for. There's a decent amount of Lego images and such from the last time I did a stream. There's the new Wicked set, which I thought I'd take out Glinda for that. And there's all the Star Wars stuff, which I think might have leaked the last time I did a stream, but I can't remember entirely. So then there's been some Lego Star Wars torso leaks from the Death Star, which has confirmed a few things that I was really curious about when it came to that set, mainly to what subject matter they were covering in the set. But now knowing that Yularen, and I guess Yularen, of course, would have been in the original trilogy, but more so Krennic being in the set, gives me some hope for some things that might be included, and I think that gives like Galen Erso a big chance to be in the set, which sounds fun. And then I think there was the gingerbread Darth Vader leak. There's the Ewok from yesterday, which I'm pleasantly surprised with. Looks cool. And what else has there been in the last few days? I keep looking at the side-by-side bits of these instructions, but it goes one, then another, and then on the other side of the page. I need to scroll down fully, or else I'm going to keep making more and more mistakes with this thing. But yeah, I don't know entirely where I'm going to put this guy once I finish it, but probably same place I've been keeping the half-built one over the last few months. I should check when I actually streamed this thing, because it was certainly a while ago. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do next stream. This week I got in the medieval, that's good, but got in the medieval seaside market from the Bricklink Designer Program, and I was thinking about building that, and I don't know if I am. I'm thinking I might just keep that one sealed for now and see what I do with it, but I'll certainly, when the Wolfpack Castle comes out, or it goes up for pre-order in a few months, and when that releases, whenever that is, maybe next year, February or something like that, definitely going to build that one. So I think of the upcoming Designer Program Castle sets, I think that's going to be the one that I wait on to build, so I don't think I'm going to do that Seaside Market, but it definitely looks really nice. I like that 25th anniversary of Bricklink logo that they've got on the sets this time around. It's a fun little inclusion. But I realized when I put that one aside that my collection of those sets is definitely starting to grow a little bit, because I haven't actually built any of the ones that I've received. So I think a few of them, or at least this castle one, is definitely the first one that I think actually has some weight to it in terms of value, because I'm pretty sure that one's already selling for a decent bit. Of course, it's sold out relatively quick, I think. Yeah, it's interesting to see how those sets do. Certainly a nice group of sets. They're always fun to see. I'm hoping for a big pirate ship sometime soon, though. I wouldn't mind that. Guess I might have to get to that myself and put it up on there. But it always seems like there's a castle set, some sort of pirate set, and then whatever fills in the gaps there. It seems like trains are always a popular one for that, for the theme, and then some of the more random things. I didn't actually pick up anything this past Bricklink Designer Program wave that went up. I was thinking about picking up the popcorn cart, but never did. Yeah, I think the Wolfpack Castle is the next one, so definitely, there's actually a bunch in that wave that I like, but I think I'm just going to limit myself to that castle, to not go and spend too much on these Bricklink Designer Program sets. But I'm assuming that one, like a lot of the castle sets, will sell pretty well. I didn't really check in the last few days of it, but don't think anything really sold out from that wave, which was interesting to see for what usually happens with the designer program sets. But, yeah, I don't entirely know what section of this build I'm putting together at this point, but it's certainly one part of it. Just seems like a new modular section to it. I'm interested in what sounds like a very interesting wave of sets, at least for a couple, for Ninjago next year. I think there's that, like, is it 15th anniversary or whatever it is? I think there's like a blacksmith shop and then a 15th anniversary display set. Just seems like an interesting wave. And then of course sets tying into the show itself. But yeah, that sounds like an interesting wave of sets. Definitely excited to see it. I think there might have also been a city edition or some sort of I think it was a large piece count set, so should be an interesting one, and excited that there's more and more info for the sets over the last little while. Seems like some interesting stuff for next year, and excited for it. But there's still, I guess, a bunch of things still left for this year. I think there's been some more minifigure leaks for the Arkham set. Then of course there's the Black Pearl, which very excited for that one. Been watching some Pirates of the Caribbean recently to get ready for that one's release, and yeah, very, very much excited to see that. And there's the full, or what seems like a pretty full minifigure list for that set recently. So am I putting this thing correct? No, I'm not. There we go, that will do it. And there we go. Let me go back to the actual page of the stream. Getting to the end of this bag 5. I guess this is getting into a bit of the roof structure potentially, which is always fun with these ones. They seem to have a fun shape to them. Yeah, I always like building these. They're definitely usually my favorite sets from all the Ninjago waves. These type of play sets, really across any theme, they're always pretty fun. Even though I have liked vehicles more and more lately, building some power miners, which definitely has certainly some really nice vehicles, and I guess that was not at all part of the roof structure. Actually, it might be, because does that make sense? Does that fit in there? Who knows? We'll see. I think it will be part of the roof, just part of the lower sections roof, or a bit of a cantilever type system. Where did I put the sticker sheet? There it is. And then it looks like another tree that I think is on the other side of the build from the first one. Very excited to get coal in this set, because I don't have this. I think after I've got coal from this one, I've got all this, like, Dragon 1 or Dragon's Rising Season 1 ninja outfits, so definitely want to get that one, especially for my favorite ninja. Yeah. Alright. There's that sticker. A few more stickers after that one. And seemed like I put a decent amount of them already, though, on the set by the looks of it. Just by the look of the sticker sheet. I guess I built about half of the thing so far, so I think maybe Kai and Lord Roz were the other figures from this one, if I remember correctly. I don't know where I've put those, though. Um, I think I have Roz on my desk though, because I think that's the second one I got of him, and he's one of my favorite ones. Reminds me of one of my favorite Lego themes in Shima. So definitely was a cool one. Oh, it looks like a little play function here with some sort of little rock bit to the set. But I'm getting more and more excited to see that Death Star. I think when it was originally rumored, I was less excited for it, but now with a few minifigure leaks and a few other things, it's certainly exciting. Oh, so it does go where I thought it was going to go. Nice. All right, getting some height to this thing. And I should probably add the pieces that are actually supposed to be there. Technic pin in there. Well, that's going to be an issue because I have no clue where that little rope thing went. Yikes. Well, that's not great. It's probably with the instruction manual wherever I put that. Hi. Oh, thank you. So this is the Ninjago, what's it called? Temple of the Dragon Energy Cores, I believe. I've had this built from a stream probably months ago. Got about halfway through it, and then since then there's been the let me see, the Shire, there's been the Slave 1, multiple D2Cs, and haven't gotten into this one. Yeah, now, there's some sort of rope attachment that I'm supposed to be putting to this thing, but just as I've lost the instruction manual, I'm assuming that that rope piece is with the instruction manual somewhere, so who knows where it is, but I'll find it at some point. But these little bits were supposed to attach to that, so I'm gonna miss a bit of this. But luckily it wasn't too critical of a bit, but hopefully there weren't too many plates involved it. I don't really think I have the vocal range to be screaming and stuff. Alright, bag 6. So it's on for now. Seems like it's going to be building up this tree. And that seems about it for this one, just by the look of it. A lot of brown and dark brown elements, some printed parts as well, and so it should be a fun little bit. Alright, that's in there. Alright, on to the tree itself. I do like this large tree in it. It's kind of fun. It's a fun little addition to it. It definitely stands out compared to a lot of the Ninjago temple sets having a tree just stick out of the side of it. So certainly an interesting concept for one of these play sets. Alright, the last few ones of these digital instructions have been taken up a whole page, so it's made it a bit easier. Alright, where are you? The brown parts, some dark orange there. Always like using dark orange. Definitely one of my favorite colors in the color palette, or the current color palette. I don't even know what my favorite color would be though. For many of all the colors they've ever had, maybe sand red, sand purple as well is a fun one. Of course, sand purple doesn't have a lot of elements, very few really. You can't make much out of sand purple. You can at least make something somewhat substantial out of sand red, since it's got actual bricks and a few plates and some similar parts to that. But sand purple, you're certainly stretching it to really get anything out of that. But two very cool colors, definitely some of my favorites. I'd love to see them return to those colors with these little tiny plants. Just with the colors that they've used for those, sand purple and sand red would definitely be a great addition to those sets. Hope we get more of them, because they're pretty fun. I like them a lot. The tiny plants. Alright. Interesting. Interested to see what the play function actually does here. The little launching feature that seems to be coming up soon. A lot of large parts in this bag, so I think this one's going to be a fast one to put together. Which be interesting. I like the, I guess that's a potential color. This like sand green, is it? Where is it, sand green? I think it is. That would definitely fit the tiny plants colors, and I'm sure there's pinks would be fine. Lavender would probably be another color that would work. Sand green, of course. I don't think tan would work too well, and of course these browns wouldn't work too well because they use that for the dirts of all the pots, so that wouldn't work great. I think there's definitely, as much as I love the sets, there's certainly a limited range that they can go with the current color palette, with the type of colors that they've introduced for these. Sand blue, I guess actually they've already done that. I guess they can just do the same colors over and over again with different shaped plants. But I hope we see more of them. They're very cute. They're very lovely. Yes, it is a Ninjago set. It is the, what is it called? I don't have the box near me anymore, so, no, it's the, Temple of the Dragon Energy Cores, I believe. And started building this months ago. Did a stream building this one, and haven't picked it up since. But back to building this one. I have no clue where I put the instruction manual, so I'm doing it on the online ones. And it's been a fun one to put together. I love putting together these play sets, these Ninjago play sets. They're certainly fun ones, and there's been some really good ones. I think the last couple years, really just all together. I think Ninjago's been pretty fun and pretty well done. The last couple of years, but yeah, solid theme. Back to tiny plants. What colors could go with them? So instead of discussing all the great sets that have been revealed the last few days, this stream has just become me trying to figure out what colors would work for tiny plants. Sand green definitely, I think, would be a good one. Pinks, lavender. Love to see the return of sand red and sand purple. Would definitely fit this subline of botanicals pretty well. But it's certainly limited because you can't just have like the regular blues or greens. Those don't really fit what they've introduced so far. Those colors definitely are also just way too harsh. What else do they use for? I guess there's a bunch of sets action pieces when I look back at the what colors they've used for different bouquets and different other botanical sets. So I guess there's a bunch of possibilities really. But I hope there's more of them. They're very cute. And the first one I thought was great, so hope for more of it. It's good first shot at those ones. I thought they were pretty fun. Just from when they got a rumor, I think months ago, I thought they were going to be a pretty fun set, and they turned out they were. I love the medium nougat, the dark green, the sand green used on this tree. Overall, just the color palette of this set, I like it. It's definitely not a very harsh color palette. It's definitely more lighter tones and softer tones, and I definitely prefer that compared to some of them. Yeah. So we gotta flip back through to the chat every now and again, because I can see it popping up sometimes, but not all the time. And yeah, not a clue where I put the instructions. Had a big pile of them. Actually, I think I might know. I have a bag full of poly bags that I started filling with instruction manuals, and that was a few months ago when I would have stopped building this one. That might be where the instruction manuals are, because I had a big stack of instruction manuals, went through that, and it wasn't there. So yeah, I don't know where they are, but they're somewhere. But yeah, thanks for dropping by for the stream, and yeah, thank you very much. All right, some leaves now. Looks like it's going to be continuing what was there previously with this, what is this, a fiery orange? Actually, no, I think fiery orange is the newer orange color. This one's I don't know what they call this one, and then a lighter yellow. Actually, there's two shades of yellow. There's this yellow, which is the same one as this tiny plant over here, and then there's just the regular yellow, it seems, by the look of it. This has just become the LEGO color stream. Fun times. All right, first bit of leaves in there. And that. And there, some sloped elements. I don't think this is probably the end of this tree, but actually looking at the rest of the three bags, I don't see a ton of dark browns and reddish browns, so it could be actually the end of the tree here. I guess there's still a few parts left, but I don't know. I'm pleased with the height that this one's getting up to. It doesn't seem like it's going to be too tall, which is always a decent thing, because I don't want this thing taking up a whole lot of space. I've already got a few too many Ninjago temples on display, so I might have to take apart one of those and put one of these ones to it. I guess it actually will get a little bit more height, and I guess it is probably nearing the end of this nice tree build. It's a fun one. I like it. right. This circular red piece, some sort of arm that I guess will attach to the rest of the branches. There's certainly a few connection points now being added to it, which actually it's a lantern. Never mind, it's not. I was thinking it was going to be a branch, but it's not. And this is a nice printed part. I think there has been one of these before in the set. There's one more print that's going to be added to this, to the build, at least in this bag, which is always fun to see. Actually, there's two of the same one. Now this one's a bit off compared to the other one print-wise. It's a little bit, it's not perfectly centered, which I guess since you can sort of move it around with its circular nature, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. All right, that lantern attached. Another one of these Technic bits to hold everything in place. There we go. And a few more Technic pieces. A few more. Getting a lot more black elements now onto this tree, but I think that will be covered up with one of the larger parts coming up soon, which will probably be a nice thing. But I really like the color. The color of this tree specifically reminds me a lot of that Hobbit set that has the tree with Thorin in it, I believe, and it's a cool one. I definitely enjoyed building that one when it came out. But this specific tree sort of reminds me of that one. Alright, there we go. This looks like the third one of these larger bits to make up to cover up the innards of the tree, not expose those as much. There we go. A few branches. I guess it started to cover up bits, but there are still a few little things that seem to stick out. Alright. We've got to build two of these leaves. So I was thinking this yellow was going to be a good one for the tiny plants, and then I realized the one right beside me is that same color. So unless they decide to do a different size or a different configuration for them, I don't think that one will work. Now I guess maybe there is going to be a little bit more of this tree just by the look of it, because there is still a decent amount of exposed parts right at the top. Yeah. Not a clue what this is supposed to be. Hopefully I can find the rope piece somewhere to add to this one, or just pull one from somewhere, or order one at some point. Now this is an interesting thing. You just chuck these in and they stay there relatively easily. Interesting. I feel like you don't do that a whole lot of the time. Interesting. Alright. Oh, I guess now that serves some sort of purpose. Oh. What am I doing here? Oh, where'd those come from? Oh, they shoot down there. Okay, I see. So there's this little barrels here. You pull this out from under it, and they drop down. Interesting play feature. Cool. Alright, next one. Bag 7. Oh yeah, there's a whole lot more. Looks like bag 8 is just a whole bunch of leaf pieces, so I guess that will be where all the where the top of this tree will come into play. And it looks like the next bit of it is going to be Cole, who I'm quite excited to get here because I don't have this outfit of Cole yet. And I think it's the only ninja that I was missing when it came to these specific Season 1 outfits. So that's nice to get that one. I don't know if I actually have a Lloyd built, but I do have the set sealed that he was in, so close enough, I guess. Yeah. I don't know about these outfits. They're definitely not my favorite ones, but I don't dislike them. I think yeah, it's not too bad. I think there's a bit too much black here for the Cole figure. Just a bit too much on the outfits. I don't know. I kind of like the addition of brown. That was always a color on them. I guess I preferred a bit more to the orange. I guess it's always been quite, maybe it's just the mask style with these ones that I'm not as keen on compared to some of the others. Alright, I'll just put them here for now. Alright. Ooh, this seems like it's going to be an interesting section of the build. Seems like some sort of bridge over somewhere. Just by the look of what the final result's gonna be. Seems like it's some sort of bridge. Probably don't need to use or attach anything to that for a little bit, so move that to the side and get into this one. Now these triangular bases that they use, I feel like on a lot of playsets like this across multiple themes, really do cut a decent amount of the sort of playable space and displayable and floor space on a lot of these sets. I think it's something with, I think, Harry Potter as well. You see these ones a lot of the time, but it definitely takes away a decent amount of floor space. Now, it doesn't seem like that's going to matter here, because I don't even know if there's going to be any floor space whatsoever, just by the look of, or at least what I'm building right now. There's certainly no space for that. Yeah. Alright. Okay, never mind. There will be some floor space, it looks like. Yeah, I don't know if I think the overall look of it, I like this sort of cutout nature that the triangular bases are able to create. But other than that, I don't know. I think I prefer just solid rectangular bases for these ones. And then the triangular ones, I guess in this case it works a bit, I don't know. It's a bit iffy, I don't know which one's the best, but they certainly do cut out usable or placeable floor space in a lot of these play sets, and it certainly seems like they like to do it across a bunch of themes, really. So yeah, but I definitely like the colors used on this set. It's a nice color palette. It feels different too compared to a lot of other Ninjago sets, which I feel like generally will use those brighter colors, whereas this one is definitely a lot more muted in tones and a lot softer in colors. Like it's like sand green instead of just regular green for the foliage bits of the, or the low moss bits of the tree. So that's definitely, I kind of like it. I definitely enjoying this one. Of course, I really can't remember too much of what the building experience was before, so can't really give you a whole idea of what the building experience of this single set is, because it's certainly been a while since I built at least the first half of it. I think I'll check at the end of the stream to see actually how long it was, because I think it was a decent bit ago. I think a couple months at least. But looks like it's going to be a similar idea to any of the other openings in similar cases. I like the use of dark red and just regular red across this one, especially the dark red. I think is quite nice, and it creates a nice look. But it's certainly a nice color palette. The dark blue as well, I think for any roof elements is really nice, and good one. It's seems like a pretty solid one so far. Alright. Okay, I think I'm building this right. No, this is cool. I like this circular window. That's very nice shape with these arched pieces. The inverted one of that one, which I feel like is a relatively new thing, probably not really that new, but definitely a little bit newer. It's created some really nice shapes, or the ability to create some really nice shapes across a bunch of different sets. But yeah, cool window, very nice window. But I think I'm liking this Ninjago temple more than some more recent ones that I think I've put together. I need to get that one, the wolf mask one, or whatever they call it. Definitely need to get that one, because definitely reminds me of a Chima set. So anything that sort of reminds me of that, gotta pick that one up. Yeah, a lot of red, or regular red, in this section. I'm assuming that this part is getting just added right on top of the of this section, I would assume. Definitely seems like that would be the case, and that's probably getting close to the max height of this one, I would assume, but this one's definitely a lot more vertical compared to, I feel like, a lot of the other ones, which certainly still have height to them, but they're a lot wider in comparison to this one, where it's really not all that wide, but it certainly feels a lot taller than some of the other ones. So of course there's certain ones that are really big, like the Air Jitsu one, and then that one from last year, the Temple City, or whatever it's called. So there's those ones that are just, but the ones that are more comparable for this one, it definitely seems a lot taller than some of the others. I guess it's into the roof area. This one, I don't even know when I picked this one up. I think this one's retired now, if I remember correctly. I think most of those Season 1 Dragons Rising sets are retired at this point. Oh, it looks like it's going to be using a similar ball function to the spinners from this, or from the year that this one released. And a little sticker to add to that. Dark bluish gray. There's a light bluish gray one coming up. From what I remember, though, it doesn't seem like the light bluish gray stickers on this one are as bad as some of the other light bluish gray stickers from recently, or somewhat recent times, that haven't been the best stickers. All right. Hello, how's it going? Interesting, they present the ball piece as if it's more of a white, when it's really this golden shade. I've always liked these dragon hilt pieces. I've always thought they were pretty cool. Very nice looking piece. Well, that's an interesting use for them. Definitely an interesting shape. With all so many new parts, it can create some really nice looking shapes across a bunch of different themes, really. But I like that one. I was looking recently, I was watching a review of some of the Summer City sets, and I was really impressed by the construction sets specifically, and just how smoothed off, my goodness, can't speak, smoothed off and tiled they were in comparison to what I feel like I've usually seen a lot of city sets. So I was very impressed by those and might have to actually pick up a couple of them. I was looking at the price of them this morning and they seem pretty reasonable for what you get. So, but I guess this year already I've picked up more city than I usually would, just in case or in the case of the Formula One sets. But I don't actually. I realize now I've only gotten I think like three of them. I kind of want to pick up the start finish line that I think has the Sauber and the RB at some point. But who knows? Wonder if those retire this year. I'm assuming that the Speed Champions F1 cars retire this year. It would make sense to me that they would, but maybe they're not. Who knows? Or at least a few of them. Like, you gotta retire that Sauber and put out an Audi next year. But maybe not. Who knows? But Speed Champions, I realize that's one thing that I haven't got or discussed yet this stream. And that is the Speed Champion stuff. I too definitely have a decent amount of Star Wars stuff. I actually recently picked up a few things for Lego Star Wars. 3-in-1 pack with some micro fighters from a few years back, as well as a few of the older micro fighters. But yeah, I have a few sealed Star Wars sets still, and definitely going to be picking up some of those summer sets. Probably we'll pick up the Hot Rod Snow Speeder, whatever it's called, when that releases August 1st. I think that's definitely the one that I'm most intrigued to pick up, as well as the V19, I think. The MTT looks cool as well, but don't really want to shell out $200 for that, I don't think, so I'm gonna wait on that one. But yeah, Star Wars cool theme, fun stuff. But Speed Champions, next year, my goodness. No, there's really only one. The DeLorean's really cool, sounds fun, but I do have that original Ideas one, so less inclined and interested in picking that one up. But Lightning McQueen as a Speed Champion set, my goodness, is that exciting. Hope we get Mater, hope we get Doc, Sally, Ramon. You could go on and on. But yeah, can't wait. Like, I've been picking up those Duplo sets from the Cars wave recently, just wanting to get Legos Cars sets, and now to actually have proper sets for it after quite a few years. Very excited. Now I was sort of would be probably more excited if they were more in line with those original Cars sets. Just love the scale of those guys. But Speed Champions, Lightning McQueen, that certainly sounds like a very exciting one, and I hope we get more in the future, because I would definitely love to see a whole bunch of characters. Doc is definitely at the top of my list as ones that I want to see, because all I think we've got for Lego Doc Hudson is one Duplo figure, I think. I do have the UCS one, so less interested in picking that one up, but I think I want Lamassu, that's for sure. So either Bricklink, that one. I think I will pick up Django's Slave one just for or the playset one, just for the sake of wanting Django's Slave one, just like every sealed one, because I love the ship. It's probably my favorite ship in Star Wars. So it's a cool set. Looks really nice. But I don't think I'll be picking it up, or at least picking it up to build, just because I've got the UCS one. So don't really need it. But looks like a cool set, and definitely one of up there for me on that summer wave. The Hot Rod Snowspeeder, I think, is my number one. Then I might have to go with the MTT at number two. Big fan of that V19, even though it definitely looks a bit chubby in a few areas and just very squished, especially in the wings. But the Clone Turbo Tank looks like a cool one as well. Of course, not really a sensible choice, but a very nice looking one nonetheless, even if it is quite tiny. Very excited for that droid, buildable droid. Don't know what it is about that one, but I really do like the look of that one. K2SO looks really nice. Got the Ewok, I guess, revealed yesterday, which looks like a cool one. Ton of buildable characters, I guess, in the summer. But yeah, solid Star Wars summer wave. Certainly interested in a few of them, and will pick up a couple of them come August 1st, which I guess is coming pretty quickly. But yeah. Alright, I guess. Oh, this is bag 8 now. So looks like this is going to be a continuation of that last section. This part specifically, I believe, is some sort of bridge, which is cool. Looks really cool. I always love these red bridges that they put in Ninjago sets. Of course, there was that core, the Ninjago core one from a few years back between seasons, when they were just sort of making stuff up, and I thought that one was a really solid one of the better ones that I'd built, and that one I think had one of those bridges. Now I think I kind of like the integration of this one a little bit more than that one, so kind of cool there to say. I thought that one was really solid, so this one better be, or must be, pretty good if I'm thinking that. But yeah, more dark orange here. Love to see it. Dark orange, definitely. Great color. Very nice one. Alright. Yeah, that Django one's certainly a nice one. Definitely a good one to be picking up. Interesting. Very excited for that Death Star, though, especially with the minifigure leaks over the last couple days. Yularen, Krennic. Excited for the next one. It's like almost like an advent calendar. It's felt like in the last couple days. Random minifigure leaks from different fall D2Cs, the big ones. I can't wait to see it, because I think there's been some of the Arkham Asylum figures, and so I would assume then that maybe some Pirates of the Caribbean figures soon, which I'm very excited to see those. I like the minifigure lineup, some new characters, and I hope they kind of look like those Fortnite designs, because I thought those were pretty well done ones. Should be. I'm very excited for that set, actually. Very much so. Can't wait to pick that one up. September 1st or whatever it is. Might actually be a little bit later in September. I don't remember entirely. But yeah, some exciting stuff coming near the end of the year. There was something recently though that I remember getting revealed. Might have been a seasonal set that I thought was a really interesting one. Now I've completely forgotten what it is. So it must have not really been that interesting if I've completely forgotten it. But very excited for that minifigure series as well. The Across the Spider-Verse one. That seems like a cool one. Excited to pick that up. September 1st, and yeah. All right, the bridge. Now this bridge is really not usable in terms of minifigures because you can't really place anyone on there. I guess maybe you could hook on like a transparent piece. Maybe it could work, but certainly not that usable by figures. There's no real connection points on those railings for that to work. All right, so this part will attach to the top of this section. I should turn it around, make sure I'm actually getting this in there correctly. Okay, there we go. That should do it. I think it's all in there. Nice. And there's the bridge. That's nice. So I guess maybe there's going to be some sort of addition above the tree, I would assume. I would guess. We'll see. It's certainly gaining some height now. And I guess there needs to be some sort of roof atop that, so that's going to be exciting, getting even more height on this guy. So the same step twice. All right, how do these leaves go together? Trying to this page of the instruction manual is an odd looking page. Huh. So these leaf instructions make it look really quite odd. Quite odd. How does this go together? Now, of course, so you need 4 of these. Okay. So there's at least 4 per one of these. I don't know why I'm struggling to put together a simple leaf. But this, I must say, this is one of the least clear pages of LEGO instruction manual I think I've seen recently. Because it really doesn't give you all that much in terms of what you... Oh, wait. I think I see what I need to do. I think I get it. I think we're good. Potentially. Possibly. Let's see. Okay. That going there. This right there. And this right there. Now the only issue in that is that I think I built this right. I'm supposed to be using 4. Okay, never mind. I'm an idiot. I can't follow simple LEGO instructions, as it turns out. Now, why is that step repeated? Now, I don't know if this is just an issue with the digital instruction manual or something, but that step is... Let me see. Yeah, 4, yep. Okay, they've used all the pieces correct. That particular instruction is not all that great. It repeats one thing that you really don't need to be repeating. Makes the throws. Maybe it's just on the digital ones. Who knows? Interesting. Okay, seems like I've got around that and can now continue building this thing ideally, and I've actually done this correctly, but who knows? I think this one is going there, and this one right there. Is that correct? That looks all right, I guess. All right, now past the troubles of the whatever it's called, tree branches. There's still more to come. So hopefully I haven't missed those and didn't put enough of them on there. But I think overall should be all right. Ooh, cool. Ooh, okay. Don't think I was supposed to be doing that. Oh, I can do that now once I actually put the thing in the correct spot. One second. I am... Huh. Oh, okay. Yep, I get it. I get it. I am struggling here today with following LEGO instructions. I don't know why, but it's a struggle. There we go. I think we're good to go. I think it should be all right now. That was a chapter of this building experience. Can't follow things properly, I guess. All right, there we go. Can move on now, past the troubles of that. What is this? A little balcony type of area? That's what it seems like to me, at least. Some sort of balcony, which is a fun little one. It's going to connect to the other side of the bridge. Might have to pick one of the mechs up soon. The Coles Titan one and the... Oh, I see. Oh, maybe not. Do I see correctly how to do this? But you put this in, and it lifts up the tree branch. That's a fun little technique. That's cool. That's kind of fun. All right. I'm liking how this thing's coming together. It's a good one. Very good one. Fun one to put together for sure. And of course, there's Formula One weekend this weekend. So before this one finishes, I feel like I should get my predictions in for what I think is going to happen. And of course, practice has happened now. 2 sessions of practice, so I have a bit more of an idea of where people seem to be. Lando seems pretty good so far. Of course, Lewis also topping the charts in the first section. Ferrari definitely seems a lot better this weekend. So, see how they do. I'm hoping, I'm not going to do my predictions, but I'm going to do my hopes for the race. I hope the most that Alex and Williams, or Alex actually just finishes the race. That would be good to see. That's my biggest hope for the race. I think beyond seeing McLaren duo perform well, I think seeing Alex finish the race would be a nice change. What is with these Leafs and showing them the same in the next step? Like, there's no additions going on. It's just interesting. Weird stuff. Very weird stuff in these final few pages of the instruction manual. Not really final few pages. There's still 31 more. Alright, so that one, go in there, this one, go in there, and repeating the step. Now this part doesn't like to repeat the thing another time. All over the place today with these instructions. I like the color of these leaves. Certainly a nice color scheme. All around this is I think a nice colored set. Very soft in its colors. Nothing too harsh. Which may be why I like the tiny plants as much as I do. They definitely fit that idea of not an extremely harsh color scheme, and there was an addition there. Now this is actually really starting to pick up here, I think, size-wise. Alright, got another similarly built lamps. This time attached to another tree. Actually, no, I guess the other one was to a tree branch, so similar this time. Okay, it's actually really starting to grow. I guess that tree is probably over now. Alright, that should be it. And now it's on to bag 9. That's cool. I don't think I picked up that crocodile. Cool one. The Creator 3-in-1 animals are very cool. Now, my favorite Lego crocodile has got to be this guy right here, Krager, from Chima. I don't know why I decided to bring out the Chima figures today to put on this little addition here, but why not? Alright, next minifigure of the set. Who is this? Is this Beatrix? Is that her name? I think so. I believe so, if I remember correctly. I think I'm right there. I know I have her in another one. Right. Gunmetal gray legs. And now to finish this one off, it seems building a similar type of structure to the last one, with the dark blue roof elements. Some of the parts that I've got coming to work on the French Dispatch, which I'm hoping arrive somewhat soon. I think because I've got my normal order, but there's still the standard parts, but I think they have shipped, so hopefully those are somewhat soon. Don't know if I can check the shipping on those. I know I previously wasn't able to, because it just showed like the shipping process for the first order and not the second half of it, so who knows. But if I can check those, I'd like to see when those would come, because I would like to do that stream somewhat soon, but I don't know. I guess whenever they come, continue on with the French Dispatch, which I'm very excited to continue to build. I think I would say there's maybe two more after this one, parts to the build. Like when it comes to the main facade of the building, there's really just one more part after this, and then there's the rear of the building, which I'm decided to add a bit of that, and then I might do the truck if I can design something like that, and maybe even get some custom stickers. But that's sort of would be the thing I would need to do in order to get that one done, is definitely some custom stickers to sort of complete the look of the French Dispatch van. But I think that would be a fun little thing. And of course there's some figures, which I'm sure I can find enough parts in my current minifigure collection to at least put some figures together and not have to go and spend anything on figures, because that's probably not all that necessary, and I've spent enough on the build itself that the minifigures aren't really all that necessary. Alright. Some window elements. Some more red bits. And one thing I'm quite excited for tonight is watching the Blue Jays play after they've just swept the Yankees. I think they've won 5 in a row now, so hopefully they can keep that up against the Angels tonight. Which I think the game's on Apple TV, which I'm not all that excited to have to watch it on there, but I guess it is what it is. But yeah, very excited for that. And special hats today. Alright. And I think, except for a little bit of an addition of the roof. Now this one's actually really grown in height. Wow, I didn't think it was actually going to grow that much, and now it's really actually gained a whole lot of height, width-wise and depth. It doesn't have much in that department whatsoever, but in height, it actually makes it look like a pretty large one. I'm surprised just by how large it actually looks. Yeah. Good one. It's actually, I think, pretty impressed by what I'm seeing here. It looks like these are going to be the last few steps of the build. It's certainly getting down to the end here. It was a fun one to put together. Discuss some upcoming Lego sets, and I guess the last one I sort of glossed over it. That Wicked set, my goodness. Now, I don't love those bookend sets all that much in certain display pieces like that one, but my goodness, are those Wicked figures amazing. New Jeff Goldblum, very excited to add to my Jeff Goldblum collection. And similar. And then, of course, Glenda Alphaba. Some cool characters. Fiero doesn't look great. But other than that, some very cool figures. And a nice looking build, too. And I think it's definitely my favorite of those bookends. I realize now, having this thing right in front of me, I'm not even visible on screen whatsoever. Let me move this thing over. Really getting down to the wire here. But I don't know what I'm going to work on next, or build next week on stream. Not sure. Definitely have a ton of stuff that I could break into for potential builds, but I don't know. We'll see. But until then, I've got okay, make sure I put this roof structure together correctly. I think I'm doing it all right. Interesting. Look here. I need to see this when it's finished. See if I've actually done it correctly, because it doesn't. Is it? Let me see. I have like full front view of this thing. Let's see. Yeah, I guess it is. What's interesting are they have sort of the gaps in this roof. I thought I was building it wrong for a second, but it's not. It's how it was intended to be built. Feels like there's a few parts that they could use to prevent those gaps. Interesting choice. I don't know if I like it or not. I think up till now I've liked a lot of the things in the set, and this is the Dragon. Oh my goodness. What's it called? The Temple of the Dragon Energy Cores from Ninjago. Fun one. Enjoyed building it, and yeah, I started this on a stream months ago, and I've finally got around to finishing it today. I realize it's now out of frame. It's gotten certainly quite tall in the last little while. But yeah, fun one. All right. Last little sticker of the set. And last. We get down to it. There we go, without pushing this down too much. And oh, so I guess this is some sort of bell which goes in there. Oh, and I can move back and forth. That's kind of fun. All right, there it is, the Temple of the Dragon Energy Cores. This guy here, this one here, and I don't know, Cole can be jumping off the roof up there, or just jumping around. All right, that's it for today. Thank you very much for anyone watching the stream and watching it in the future. It's been a fun one. Definitely like the build, and been a good one, and excited for whatever I find to build next week. So yeah, that's about it for today. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.